What is up, everybody? Escape211 here. Got a not so happy video today, one that's probably going to be a little more ranty and more aimed at Plarium, of course. And it's really just going to be me talking because it's something that I think we really need to address, and that's talking about the overall progress path that we have, okay? I've been talking to a lot of people, especially during this current event that we have, this stalker event. A lot of people have been asking me, hey, Scape, I don't have stalker yet. Should I spend my resources on this event? And I will, often say, okay, well, it's a 1-star mech. He's a really good mech, but you're going to have to spend to make sure you get him and then invest into him. It's going to be very costly. So if this is one that you want and it's a meta mech, which I really think it is, Stalker is really great, just know that you're going to have to invest a lot into him to make sure that you get him. And a lot of them will say, all right, well, I understand that. Maybe I'll just wait until it comes out on the progress path. And that's the part I want to take issue with or explain, because Plarium has basically said that the progress path is dead, all right? Not a lot of people realize this because a lot of people think that stuff is going to come out on the progress path. I have a lot of people that ask me, when is Stalker going to be on the progress path? When is Missile Rack 12 going to be on the progress path? To all my understanding, it is not. Nothing is being added to the progress path. And a lot of you think, whoa, how do you know that, Scape? They basically said so on their Facebook post, and I'm going to bring it up here, all right? If you haven't seen, they have done a few of these different what are we working on type videos on Facebook, and they have this picture of the panther, if that helps for the visual. But they have done this twice. They have mentioned in 2 different what we are working on sections about the progress path and what they're doing, all right? If you look at the second paragraph and about the middle there, or the second sentence, it said in the previous what we're working on, we mentioned that we wouldn't be adding new content to the progress path for the time being. To recap, it's a necessary measure aimed at balancing out ways to get content for players at different stages of development. For example, adding a powerful mech closer to the end of the progress path wouldn't be fair for newer players, and we can't put those in the first part of the progress path either because of their power. So for now, we are working on improving this whole system, and I'll get into the 3 different versions later. But basically what they're saying is the progress path is not making us money, and it's doing the opposite, all right? They are sugarcoating it and making it seem like it has to do with where they put it in there. I mean, the way they're phrasing it is basically like, look at the progress path. We don't want to extend it out. We also don't know where to put things, but heck, there are so many crates in here. There's so many spaces. You can shuffle things around. You could take out some of these, like, 10K credits or just one of these gold or even one of the steel crates easily and throw Stalker or some of these other items that everybody wants more than those items in here. The problem is that when they do this, this doesn't make them money. That's why they don't want to do the progress path anymore. Plain and simple. Let's call it what it is. They definitely are being very vague when they say stuff like this, because if you think about it, the event crate rushes when they come in, and these are the 3 ways to get items, right? So I'll go back to that and explain how this all fits together. All right, so if we go back to these 3, they'll say there are 3 ways to get this new content. One is that we add the new content into the general crate rush events. Those are paid ones, right? If we looked at Stalker, if we look at the Missile Rack 12, when those first come in, you're probably spending about $100 to ensure that you're getting that item, all right? So number 1, paid event. Number 2, after crate rushes, we launch new mechs and weapon offers. This is where you could get Stalker or get one of these weapons for like $2 to $6 or something like that. Maybe at a slightly less power level, maybe at about the same, but again, a money paid, offer that it's doing. And then the 3rd is the crate rushes for acoins, which is the current one that we see right now. So if I go back to it, this is the current one that they have, all right? The difference is, instead of just number 3 putting it on the progress path for acoins, which Stalker would probably be about 1,200 acoins and be about 3 stars, they do an event like this where you are probably going to spend, overspend to get the item, and it's going to be at a lesser power level because they want to put more value on spending money to ensure that those who spend money at $100 for the first event, or as a pocket change player spend like $6 to $10 on the second event, they get their money's worth instead of it going on the progress path a month later when everybody can get it at their leisure for a cheaper in-game amount. So they have to do events like this that are timed and only there for like 2 to 3 days to only give free players a very limited window in which to get things, which sucks. This is terrible. I mean, that's the whole point of this and what I think is ridiculous. I don't understand why they have to sugarcoat it. Why don't they just say, hey everybody, progress path worked for beta, but it's not going to work for us in the design of the game and the business model that we have going forward. So we have to stop it and we have to find new ways to present these items in game for everybody. Just say something like that. I mean, honestly, the offers in game is what has caused the issue anyways. When they talk about things being too early or too late on the progress path, that doesn't really matter, because honestly, what people struggle with the most is when they're fighting somebody who spent money and got things earlier than they should have. I mean, somebody who can get a 2 or 3 star Zephyr early on versus someone who doesn't have that or has to wait to get it on the progress path, there's already a power imbalance there. So you're already creating your own power imbalance from spending money. Don't blame the progress path for the power imbalance. That's ridiculous. And that's why I think this is a dumb way to phrase it. And I think it's just them trying to dodge the bullet of saying, hey, we just want to make money. But that's really what it is. They want to make money on these kind of events. So that's why they're changing things like this. Let's just be honest about it, okay? We're all adults. We can take the idea that you saying, hey, we're not making enough money, so we have to change this model because we need to make money. That's fair to say. You guys need to make money on this game. That's fair too. But just don't, you know, make it seem like that's the issue related to it. But if you're a free-to-play player and you want to make sure you get these items that come up, here's what you got to do. All right, going forward, at least the way it seems in the current model. When something new comes out, like when you know, us content creators get to review it, or a new event crate rush starts for something that's premium where you have to spend $100 for it, as a free-to-play player, you need to start saving your acoins right now. Save about 3,000 to 4,000 acoins, a chunk of them, because in a month later, you're going to see an event like this one right now with Stalker that's there for probably about 2 to 3 days, all right? You're going to have a very limited window to get the item, and then you're probably going to want to upgrade it, all right? You might not need to spend 3,000 to 4,000 acoins, but if you miss the opportunity to get this, it's not going to be in the progress path, and I don't know when they would ever again offer one of these acoin-based, I can't even say it, acoin-based, that's a hard one to say, you guys should try that, acoin-based events so that you can get this as a free player, all right? So yeah, it sucks. It's a very limited way to get it as a free-to-play player, and I don't know when it'll offer again. Maybe like they said, they are going to change the progress path, but I would bet dollars to donuts, that's an old man phrase, dollars to donuts, that when they do change the progress path, if that does happen, you know, it'll be a while, and when they do, everything will be more expensive. Like when they did the test, or they called it a test, when they had the killshot and the panther both at 1,500 acoins each, I'm guessing that was to test out to see how realistic it is for free-to-play players to have that much of a jump in the progress path so that they can justify everything in the progress path being more expensive. All right, maybe they're going to shorten the length of the progress path in the future, but everything is going to be ridiculously more expensive so that you're going to have to, you know, save incredible resources to be able to spend anyway. I don't know. I'm just taking a shot in the dark at what they could do with the progress path. But as it stands, we cannot rely on the progress path anymore to get these new items. You either have to spend money to get it right away, spend a few bucks as a pocket change player to get it, or save a ridiculous amount of acoins a month later from the original event to be able to ensure you get it. And even then, you're going to have to invest into it because it's probably going to be weaker, like 1 or 2 stars, than its actual value that you would get as, you know, a rare or whatever it is, just like Stalker is here. So this all sucks. I hate it. I think it's garbage, and I think the way they're phrasing it is stupid. I really think that they're just trying to sound really nice about it, but it's super vague. It's not a good example. It's not relating to what they're actually doing, and it should just be honest in saying we're not making enough money from these events. We need to make more to ensure we can keep using the game or having the game play the way we want it to so that everyone can enjoy it. Let's just call it what it is. But I wanted to make that clear because, like I've said, a lot of people are expecting these things to come on the progress path, and it doesn't look like that's ever going to happen, or at least not going to be for a while, so you can't rely on it. So if you want Stalker, or if you want the Mr. Rec 12, or if you want these other items, you have to rely on these acoin-based event crate rushes. Otherwise, I don't know how else you're going to get it. So that's all I was going to say for this one. I know it was a lot of talking, and I know it's not great news, so sorry about that, but I'm just calling it is what it is, and I felt like it was worth saying since I had so many questions related to it. I will be having my giveaway video come out soon, so look out for that. Hopefully getting some of those acoins can help you save for those purchases that we just talked about are stupid expensive now. But I hope you all have a good day, having a good weekend, and whatever it may be for you. And we'll see you out there on the battlefield.